I think we can start. Hello everyone, welcome to Club Performance Seminar. Today is October 16th. Today we have 3 performers. They are excited, I guess, and ready to perform their pieces and share their music with all of us. Let's have Anya go first. Please announce your name and you're going to play.
My name is Anya, and I'm gonna play the 6 short prelude. I'm doing number 2.
Okay. Ta-da! Ta-da! Round of applause for Anya. Great job. This is a piece for CM, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In general, I think it's obviously ready to record for the first draft. I heard some of the dynamic changes throughout the entire piece. Thank you for thinking through, because usually we don't do much dynamics. It doesn't have that much dynamic markings in this piece, because during that time they don't have piano. They just cannot make louder or softer sound. But because we have piano, so yes, I do agree that we should have some type of phrasing. You did a really good job on the left hand last part. I really like that. I really like you actually observe the rest here on these 2 rests. I wish you do that for the beginning as well. We have rest here too. Yeah. Right. Think about that. We have the left hand is very non-stop, just like our right hand non-stop. So when you have the rest, is actually, I don't know, I will appreciate it more. So try to observe those 2 as well, instead of holding there. Yeah. Maybe just a different interpretation. Every teacher has different thoughts about it, and then every teacher's teacher also have a different interpretation. It's just I'm sharing my teacher when he asked me to do is, when I play this piece, he asked me to make all the left hand more like staccato, like detached. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if you are familiar with any string instruments.
No.
Oh, do you know cello?
No, I don't play any string instruments.
No, I mean, have you heard of it though?
Yeah.
Okay, so when cellists, for string players, most of the time we do use bow to play, but there are sometimes we actually just pluck the string. I don't know if you heard of when the cellist they pluck the string. It reminds me of that sound. Boom, 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 boom. It's something you can try and see if you like it. If you don't like it, that's totally cool. Okay, I think we should try that in the second half of the class. But for now, let's move on to, let me see, what's the next one? Oh, Chinar, please announce your name and the piece you're going to play.
Hello everyone, my name is Trinar Kernick, and the piece I'll be playing today is the Bach 6 Sharp Preludes, number 2.
Okay. Ta-da.
Thank you.
Round of applause for Chinar as well. All right, great job as well. Very smooth, and it's a very thorough learned, and you memorized the piece as well. So it's all, to me, it's also recording ready. Same thing again. I do wish you appreciate the rests more. Like, I understand that. Again, everyone has different interpretation for this piece. Like, if you throw this piece to 10 people, they'll literally get like 10 different recordings. Like I'm not talking about for students. I'm actually talking about like if you throw that for all the well-known pianists. Yeah, there's no like, okay, you have to play it this way. Again, you don't have to. You don't have to play with pedal. You don't have to play without pedal. It just depends on how you see this piece, and also like how you see this piece, how you see this piece be played. Like I remember when I was, sounds like so old, but when I was in college, yeah, there's a one class. It's not about this piece, but it's about Bach's music. It's like, okay, how do we interpret the music that when they didn't have piano? And let's move on for now. But I do want to talk about this topic in the second half of class. Mr. Andrew, please announce your name and the piece you're going to play.
My name's Andrew. I'm going to be playing Traumerei.
awesome, Mr. Andrew too. Right, very well learned as well. Yeah, this piece is, I know it sounds not hard, but it's a lot of things you have to control to make it sound not messy. Right? You're like, there are like literally four voice lines and then drive me crazy. And you actually manage that very well. I really like how you actually phrase, like try to bring out certain voice lines. I don't know if you do it on purpose or not.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you did. Okay, yeah. You know, sometimes it's like, I don't know. Sometimes when I practice it, sometimes I didn't actually do that, but it somehow sounds good. And that's sometimes, but sometimes we do really need to like, okay, we need to do this on purpose and to make the voice line pop up. I there are some like some suggestions I would like to talk about in the second half of class, which is right now. But let's move on to prelude first, the short prelude. For both of you, Anya and Chinar, let's. I'll be curious, because you guys have a totally different version, like they be playing totally different style, like two different interpretations. So let's start with Anya. What do you, sorry, for Anya. So Chinar, what do you think about like Anya's interpretation? Like what's the part that you actually like it, or what's the part you, I shouldn't say doesn't agree, but you feel like just different.
So, I like the way she had a consistency, like kept on the beat. She didn't really go too fast or too slow. I like how she did the dynamics, and yeah, maybe she could work on bringing the speed up a little bit slowly. So,
Okay, sounds good. And then what about Anya? What do you think about Chinar's interpretation?
Like it sounded really consistent, even though it was fast, and the dynamics were also really good in it. I would say that I'm not so sure.
You're like, it sounds good to me. What do you mean? Like, it's perfect. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. It just, there's one thing I really, I don't know, feel fascinating when I play the piece is like, there's no right answer, wrong answer. It's always the answer that, you know, makes sense to you or makes logical to you. I'm just curious, Chinar, why you put pedal in this piece?
so first of all, when I first learned the piece, the fingering was very different. Like I've never used like the, what do you call it? Like legato, because this piece it needs a lot of, it can't be staccato. It needs to be connected. So that was one thing that made it kind of hard. So I just used pedal to kind of help me through it. So.
Okay, so it's just for like, so it make it easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I was like, there's a, because how to say that? Usually we don't use pedal for, not always, but usually we don't use a lot of pedal for baroque music. It's just because they literally don't have, like first they didn't have piano, so they can't make loud sound and soft sound, and then they didn't have pedal either.
Oh.
They just don't have both. Yeah. And then there's some exceptions, and there are some situations that we actually do use pedal. And that's something that we talk about when I was in college, that we talk about, okay, so you not just based on the style of the music. So during that time, even though they don't have piano, they still compose some music that is, you know, more lyrical. Like this can be da da dee dum bum bum da dee da. It can be that. In that sense, maybe you can use pedal. Like it makes sense. Or you're thinking about, okay, what kind of places that you will play this kind of music. So some music actually sounds very religious. So during that time, all the music is trying to, the reason why they compose a lot of music is try to serve God. I don't have any religious, but that's just, you know, what they do during that time. So a lot of pieces actually play in a church, play in chapel, and I'm talking about not a church like you see on the street. It's like when you go, I don't know, if you have traveled to Europe, those churches like actually very big, like gigantic. and then you're playing in the like very big room, so everything is very acoustic. So even though you're not using pedal, it will sounds like you're using pedal. In that sense, then when you use pedal, it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, well, for this piece, I personally, I'm just saying, in my opinion, I don't use pedal because I think you need to try your very best to do the legato with your finger. Now you're not using like pedal. But if you do, try not to overlap the notes over the rests.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, when like we just talk about like left hand has rests, I really don't think you should overlapping it, have the notes across them, and then maybe when you have too many, how to say that, step ups. So for example, the notes here, regardless the repeating notes here, it's going up, step up, and then step down. The pedal has, if you use pedal, it needs to very clean. Needs to be very clean. Otherwise, it will be like, it will blend together. Yeah, yeah, it will be like actually dissonant. We don't want that sound. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't think you have that. It's just like in some places, the pedal is a little bit much. Yeah, I'm not so sure how sensitive your pedal is. Is that something that you can do like half pedal, like even just a little bit, like 1/4, or the pedal is like you press down, it's like just press down. What kind of pedal you have?
I have an electronic pedal. So.
What does it look like? Like a square?
It's kind of like this.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't. Okay, thank you. You can put it. Yeah, thank you for bringing up. Yeah. Then in that doesn't actually control. In the actual pedal, like maybe the one that maybe Andrew has, is that you can control the level of the pedal. Yeah, I would say that if you use pedal, you need to be very precise. Yeah, maybe even change every beat if you want to.
Yeah.
For the left hand, I know it doesn't say like you need to do the legato. It doesn't also say you need to do staccato. It just when I got taught it, teacher taught me to do staccato. So it's not, well, it sounds actually quite interesting. Like to me, it sounds nice. It sounds more interesting as well. And then it's easier to play too. Like you don't have to connect all the notes. You know what I'm saying? Like you can actually leave the notes earlier to find the next note.
Yeah.
Or you can do something in the middle ground. Like for example, there's another theory that people talk about it is when you have the steps, like any notes less than a skip, you do legato. Any notes that is more than a skip, you can leave and play. So it's, for example, like here will be you leave and play, and then if you want to connect these two, you can. It's just a little bit much. It might be a little bit too much to think that way to actually do all of that. But for example, this one, I will say if you do legato, it makes sense. Like you leave on, wait, where's my thing? You leave on this note, and then da dee da da da. It's a very nice melody. To me, it can be a melody, right? Pair with your right hand going up there. And then we do have staccato here. I think that's what Anya is doing right now. Like you are trying to make those notes like pop out.
Yeah.
That makes sense too. It just usually during that time, these staccato actually means you need to bring out those notes instead of actually playing them shorter. It's not, again, there are a lot of different theories from the old time, from my teacher, from my teacher's teacher, from my teacher's teacher's teacher, through them, because all of these composers have students, and then it's kind of like, some people will say, hey, I'm like the seventh or eighth generation under Beethoven's, like, so Beethoven's student teach Beethoven's students their student, and then teach student, and then continue until these pianists. So there are so many different branches. So anyway, you can just throwing out the options here, and then you'll be the one choosing it. I personally I like optionality. Like I have all of these options, and I will decide which one I like the most and to use it. Just like if you're a chef, you'll be very nice if you have everything, and then you can decide, okay, I want to use this veggie today, I want to use that meat today, instead of, okay, you can only use this meat. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like, okay, there's a restriction. All right, we have a little bit of time. Let's move on to Andrew's piece. What's the title of this piece, by the way? What does that mean?
Dreaming.
It's right there, right?
Yeah.
Have you thought about like how the title like affect your playing, or not really?
Yeah, me and Dr. Loder talked about it.
And what did you do? Tell me a recipe.
So like I gotta play it like kind of softer, and then sometimes I can't pedal too hard because a lot of times I pedal a little bit too hard. So kind of keep the pedal light, and then do some phrasing work on the piece.
Okay. What do you think about that? Why we have like when you dream? It's very hard to remember my dreams. Like some dreams are pretty bad, but like you think about the dreams that you had before. Are they like okay, like the good dreams, not nightmares, okay? The good dreams. Like are they like make sense? Do they make sense most of the time?
Not really.
Not really. And then are they like a whole story?
No, it's like
Usually it's fragmented, right? It's like fragments. Like there's a scene here, and then suddenly, or maybe after a while, you move on to the next scene, and then it doesn't really make sense. And just like okay, it's kind of like you're a director, and then just like putting things together. But usually between the scenes there are blank spots, and those is when your brain is doing their magic there.
Yeah.
Those blank spots are these low notes. Well, I will say this, yeah, sure. Well, mainly it's like that, and this one as well. Something like that. I would like you to appreciate more as well. That means sometimes your longer notes are actually not long enough.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like, maybe you step there for like almost less than quarter note. Like this one, I will like it's such a big chord as well. It's like you're dreaming, you're drifting from here, and then you arrive at this spot before you move on. Right now it's kind of like you arrive, like I arrived here, and then let me go. It sounds too realistic, not in a dream.
Okay.
Can we try that one time? Maybe from here again. This one. You don't need to play left hand, just play right hand here.
Okay.
And then just enjoy this chord more.
Okay, so right hand.
Oh, I mean, start from right hand there, but both hands after.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Yes. Very, very nice. And then another thing that this chord is a little bit heavy, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a little, you don't have to play it again. There's a little rule in phrasing for basically all of you guys. Is after a long note, the first note after a long note need to be softer than the previous note. Or like whatever the dynamic like end up is. As all of you know, once you press down the note will start getting softer if you don't play, that's just how piano works. So after you play a low note here, this E has to be softer, or at least the same as whatever it fade out. And same thing here, if you, after this note, after this low note, this one will be softer. After this low note, this will be softer. After this low note, this one will be softer. Like, unfortunately, this piece has literally four voice lines.
Yeah.
I think it's four. Mainly it's four. Yeah, it's just annoying. I know. And then another thing is like the melody or the theme is these two notes. Everything developed from these two notes. So you don't want other voice lines or other chords interrupt these two notes. So these had to be softer. These had to be soft. You have to be extra careful.
Okay.
Or you can just make these two notes a bit louder. Yeah. Another one thing before we go, I do want to more like a reminder, because I think you are doing that already, but I think you do it more like because you're thinking about phrasing. Are you thinking about attack speed at all?
Speed.
No, not speed. Attack speed on the keys, like the way you approach to the keys.
No.
Okay. So when we press down a key, you can decide how fast you press down. The faster you press down the keys, the more aggressive sound you will get.
Yeah.
The slower attack speed is not like you actually play it slow. It's just the way you press down. If you can still make louder sound by pressing down the key slower, then you will get milder sound. If you do slow attack speed plus heavy weight, heavy weight, you will actually get a very warm and thick sound. That's something you might want to use around here.
Okay.
And then if you do slow attack speed and lightweight, I call it a dreamy sound. If you do fast attack speed and lightweight, I call it a crystal sound, because it sounds like a music box. And then if you do fast attack speed, heavyweight, that's aggressive sound. It's like a kind of trying to surprise you, that kind of sound.
Yeah.
Again, all of these has ratios. Okay, let me do 90% attack speed and then I don't know 80% weight. You'll get a different sound.
Okay.
That's a reason why some people like me or like other pianists that can literally just stay in the practice room for like hours and then just like to play those two notes and then to figure out what's the best ratio for the sound. Okay. Yeah, just especially for the chords. When you play the chords, you have a tendency to just play them quickly, and then you will sound like aggressive.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you all for working with me and sharing your music with all of us. And I will see you all next time.